What up, y'all? My name's Oscar, and welcome to my vintage collection. So I normally don't show off what's in the back, but here we have Dracula. You may have seen this in one of my other videos. We have Nosferatu. And this shirt, I'm actually not going to keep this shirt, but it's like a demon Satan shirt. It's a mosquito head reprint. I love the shirt. It just gives me a bad vibe wearing it, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. Today we're going to be going over my horror movie t-shirt collections, and I'm also going to include some TV shows. So grab your favorite beverage, some popcorn, and enjoy the show. Alright, so first off, we're going to start out with Beetlejuice. This shirt is made by Graveyard Goods. It's actually a very small shirt. I bought this for my girlfriend. Figured I'd include it in the collection since, you know, what's mine is hers, and what's hers, you could say, is sometimes mine. Next up, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. Look at that sleeve hit right there. Up next, we have Chucky. I actually used to be afraid of Chucky when I was a little kid. I remember the first time watching this movie, I just about pooped my pants. I was so scared. It's actually become one of my favorites now. And watching it today, I don't even know why I was afraid. It's very cheesy, very funny, exactly what I want out of a horror movie. Next up, we have The Exorcist. Some of these shirts that I'm showing you right now, most of them are not vintage. They could be, I'm not really sure what years most of them are from. We just call it Y2K era. Some will be vintage that I show y'all. Anyways, I really like the shirt. I love the green with the purple. Just love how spooky this looks. And as I said before, some of these shirts that I'm including today are also from TV shows. You may remember Tales from the Crypt. Found it on eBay. Most of the ones that are vintage are quite pricey, so this was the best thing I could get. I love the kind of like the purple-ish pink with the green. I think it's pretty cool. Next up, we have, some of you 90s kids may remember this TV show from back in the day. We've got Goosebumps. Very cool shirt. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was that one episode where that girl wore that mask where she looked like Freddy Krueger and she couldn't take it off. That was one of those episodes when I was a kid that also I was really scared of. I recently watched it, and I gotta say, it still kind of gives me the creeps just a little bit. So I feel like that specific episode was timeless. Next up, I actually got this shirt on Etsy. Normally, the only ones that I've seen are usually going anywhere from $200 to $250 to $300. So when I saw this one and I saw it going for about 50, 60 bucks, I couldn't pass it up. Only flaw was that it was cut down the middle, but that's easily something you can fix by just sewing it back up. Anyways, it is the Sleepwalkers. And as you can tell, if I align these two together, it's not like they cut a big gap out of the shirt. It can easily be sewed back on. It's really big, so I might also get it sewed to my fitting. Really love the design. Look at the eyes. Next up, we have one of my favorite movies of all time, if not possibly my favorite. We've got Lost Boys. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this video, by the way. It's one of my all-time favorites. It is what it is, and you'll just have to get used to it, because I like a lot of horror movies. When I bought this one, I was really excited to get it in the mail. I put it on, and it fits me. It's just really, really tight on me. This is like an extra small. So I decided to gift it to my girlfriend and just keep it as a collector's piece. But yeah, very cool. And that is why I decided to buy another one that's actually my size. This one is not the same exact shirt. I believe it's the same type of quality. It was actually made, I don't know if it has the tag, but I believe this was made in Honduras. I could be wrong. Here you have the same shirt. It's a bigger print. It's very high quality. You can just tell by looking at it very closely. Nice and sharp. Doesn't feel cheaply made. The shirt is also very soft. That's also a big plus. And this one is a highly collectible. Some of you collectors might recognize it. It took me a while to find it, at least to where I was comfortable buying it as far as pricing goes. Immediately when I saw it going for the price that I got it for, I had to get it. Anyways, another Lost Boys shirt. And this one has the Lost Boys tag. Also a very soft shirt. I'm sure some of y'all remember that famous iconic scene. Michael. Oh, he's eating those noodles and he thinks he's eating worms. Then it turns out it's just rice. I think it's rice or noodles. I'll put up the movie clip. Next up, another one of my favorite movies. I don't know if it would qualify as a horror movie, but it's still very good. There's a lot of blood, so that's pretty cool. This is a Crow shirt. And I'm sure some of y'all remember, it's not a good day to be a bad guy. I know there's a new one that's coming out. I don't know about you, nothing against the actor, but after watching the trailer, I feel like they already gave away the whole movies. I don't even know if it's worth watching. I'll give it a chance, but I can't say I like it better than the original. Next up, we have the Tim Burton collection, starting out with A Nightmare Before Christmas. Up next, we have Sweeney Todd. I got this shirt on Whatnot, I believe, for about 20 bucks. I don't recommend going to Whatnot because it can get pretty dangerous, meaning you can go broke really fast. Yeah, you may get deals, but that's kind of the whole point. You keep buying these shirts, and the more and more you buy, next thing you know, you're down over $1,000 or a couple grand, and you know how it goes. But I guess that's just the name of the game. But what is cool about Whatnot, you usually can enter to win giveaways. And if you do win some of those shirts, you could eventually sell all the shirts that you won, get enough money to buy a vintage shirt that you've been eyeballing for a while. So there is some pros to Whatnot. Next up, we have Edward Scissorhands. Really love the shirt. I just love how it takes up the whole shirt. Next up, we have a lot of Halloween shirts, which again, as I said before, you're gonna hear me say this a lot. It's also one of my favorite movies. This is actually just Halloween themed. Got the pumpkin face. I love wearing this during the month of October while I carve my pumpkins with my girlfriend or we go to the pumpkin patch. Really nice. Thinking about fading it, I feel like the orange would look way cooler if it were faded. That's one of those things that I love doing is if a shirt has a lot of orange, I do like to fade them. I just feel like the orange pops more when the shirt is like nice and faded and grayish looking. It's pretty cool. But that's just me. That's what I like. You do you, right? All right, so first up we have Halloween 2. Next up we have the one with Michael. This one's one of my favorites. Just look how evil he looks. He has like no soul. Look at that. There's no eye. And the last one that I have, it's by far my favorite out of the 2 that I've shown you so far. And that's the very first Halloween. My favorite part about this shirt is the color. Look at that orange. And the print is amazing. Look at that. I believe this shirt is 2008, 2009 reprint. I can't quite tell. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Probably not. It looks a little blurry. And the last few shirts I'm going to show you, this is actually my all-time favorite movie. This one really is the all-time favorite. I've always loved it. I fell in love with it the first time that I watched it. It's one of those movies that I can just keep watching over and over and over. Matter of fact, I think I might watch it after I'm done uploading this video. And this is one of those shirts where I kept saving up to get it because it was pretty pricey. I had bought another shirt that was similar to it, but it wasn't the real thing. So I just kept, saving up until I had enough to be able to pull the trigger. We've got Evil Dead. I know there's a lot of reprints nowadays, but nothing beats the original. Best part, you've got the back hit. One by one, we will take you. You gotta love it. You just gotta love it. And that other shirt that I told you that I bought before that one, it's this one right here. I still really like this one because I think this shirt has a really cool fade. Heavy. And I feel like this kind of gives me more of like a 70s vibe. So it's still quite cool. So I'm glad to own both. No back hit on this one. And the last two are Army of Darkness. I still have yet to get an Evil Dead 2 shirt. Down the road, I'll find one. They're just a little out of my price range because I want one of the originals. That is terrifying. Look at these guys down here. Like, what are they doing? pretty funny. And the last one we've got here is another Army of Darkness. I've always loved this artwork. Reminds me a lot of Boris Vallejo. I wouldn't be surprised if that's who made it, or Frazetta. I love me some good art. Alright, so that does wrap things up. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.